Welcome to Perspectives in Mobile, the news podcast from the Mobile Ecosystem Forum. Join us discussing the world of telecommunications, technology, and mobile innovations. From Florence, Ricardo Amati.
For decades, voice was the backbone of the telecom industry, predictable, profitable, and largely unquestioned. Today, global telco voice revenues are plateauing, while cloud PBX and USAs are accelerating across industries that demand agility, integration, and scale. So the real question is no longer whether the market is shifting, but how fast and who's ready. Welcome to Perspectives. Today, our guests are Roman Zahidi, Content Marketing Manager at Digital Tide, and Anna Gonzalez, Marketing Team Lead at Digital Tide. Thank you guys for joining.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you for having us. It's a
In this
pleasure.
episode, thank you. Very happy to have you here. I think your insights will be really meaningful for MEF members. You are MEF members, but that's all about MEF. Talking about us and literally that. In this episode, we'll explore why the transition to cloud PBX has become urgent, where real growth is emerging across vertical markets, and how strategic moves like white label partnerships could redefine the competitive landscape. It's not about incremental upgrades, it's about future-proofing the business. Let's get into it with the first question. I would say for Anna, global telco voice revenues are plateauing, I would say. Are we on the verge of a full-scale market collapse if operators don't pivot? I mean, how urgent is the transition, Anna?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. I wouldn't say this collapsing of the market. I would say maybe more about becoming obsolete, So yes, there's urgency for sure. It's critical. We're seeing the collapse in communication. Businesses now they are talking more than ever, but the monetization of the communication has moved. If an operator is still relying on legacy PSTN line rentals to balance their books, they are definitely in trouble because business customers are moving to the cloud for CRM, for CS storage, for mail, email. It's just more convenient, for them. So if a telecom now cannot offer those more convenient options, features, those more easy to use, all in one place services, then the customer will leave for someone who does offer those options. So it is kind of we are kind of in a status of adapt or kind of die, take it or
Yeah.
leave it kind of moment over the next 18 to 24 months.
I see. And that's a very precise timing. Some argue that cloud communication threatened telco's traditional core business. Could cloud PBX adoption cannibalize existing revenue streams? Roman.
Interesting question. I would say that cannibalization is inevitable in this industry because telecom is highly competitive, and especially among operators. We have seen cannibalization in the past. Now the question is, will it be your own cannibalization through your own services, or does the competitors
Like the
get your
industry attacking as piranhas. Right?
Exactly. They're fighting for now. The question is, who is going to eat your lunch? Either you are or your competitors are, right? So you can either cannibalize your own legacy revenue sources and upgrade the customers to, let's say, through a high value sticky SaaS subscription, or you can let like Microsoft Teams or Zoom take the revenue away entirely. And frankly, the cloud PBX revenue is better quality than quantity. It's recurring, it's scalable, and it operates the doors to sell hardware integrations. It's a defensive move that turns into an offensive growth strategy. So there's a lot of long-term potential for working through cloud PBX as compared to traditional revenue streams.
long-term potential. But what is the single biggest misconceptions operators have about UCAs and cloud PBX, and why is it holding them back? Who wants to answer?
I think I can take that that one if it's okay. So what we think is that they still think of it as VoIP. So they think that it's all about selling cheap calls over the internet, and that's probably the wrong mindset. Cloud PBX isn't about cheap calls. It's about what we will call business intelligence. It's about integration. It's about a phone system that talks to the Salesforce or to hotspot. So when an operator realizes that they are selling voice minutes, but instead of that, they're not selling just minutes. They are selling like productivity tools. So people can do more than one thing with Cloud PBX, and that's basically where all type of objections will disappear with Cloud PBX in the future.
Let's go to examples. Are there early indicators in specific regions or specific operators that the shift to cloud PBX is already generating exponential growth? Roman, do you have some precise example or anyways indication?
Absolutely. We're seeing since I've done a lot of market research recently throughout different regions across the world, so South Africa currently, and Southeast Asia as well. So what we've seen is in the emerging markets, right? The operators are winning there are bundling cloud PBX with their fiber connectivity solutions. So this way they're selling not just the internet and phone separately, they're bundling it up together, and they are selling this as like a connected office solution for businesses. And this seems to be a great instrument, like a way for especially SMEs to see, okay, I can just get one solution from one operator instead of uh, chasing one operator for one solution, another operator for another solution. So they're able to just, don't have to worry through this headache. So, and this allows the operators to see double-digit growth in their business-to-business revenue, because they become the one-stop shop for the SME market.
By the way, Roman, from your research, would you confirm that RCS is probably more interesting in some markets like Africa, or let's call them emerging markets, very interested in the fintech dimension that could be richer messaging. It's
It's
something that
it's more lucrative in these markets because first world markets are a bit more stagnant. There are already tons of providers available already, so the growth is there, but you really have to be hyper competitive in these markets, and you would of course have to be burn a lot in marketing expenses just to fight for a niche portion in the market. So we've seen in the emerging markets, it's more lucrative.
yeah, it's why it's good to our guests, because probably what we see is this kind of trend very, very much, from all our members and non-members, in the industry.
Yes, I would like to add there the case. We have a case study of Molcel in
Mm.
Moldova. Imagine it's a small country, right? But they were the first ones to jump onto Cloud PBX with Digital Tavidas. And
Mhm.
as soon as they got in there, they took the market over. They were like kind of the pioneers of Cloud PBX in Moldova, and they became number one, taking most of companies not only keeping their own clients because they are now getting new features, new value for their money for just a little bit of extra payment.
All
And they're
right.
also taking clients from the competition. So they became number one in the market of Moldova. And nowadays, this was in 2018, a long time ago. And
Mhm.
even now, after so many years, now they have competitors, of course. Everybody else jumped
Sure.
after them into the market, but they
Mhm.
still remain number one. So that is the type of impact that Cloud PBX is having in emerging countries right now.
Even maybe because, from my experience at least, there are lots of very good tech nerds in this area in the former USSR, and Moldova is certainly one of the countries with
Oh, yeah.
very much of a passion for technology. Right. About vertical market insights. So where the money is, right? You highlight hospitality as a company. You highlighted hospitality, retail, and healthcare. Which of these verticals is showing the fastest adoption, and what makes them uniquely ready for people?
So I can answer this one. So right now, what we can see is in the hospitality industry, it is moving incredibly fast. Now, hotels are, let's say, are like a ticking time bomb. Of course, hundreds of rooms with physical phones that nobody uses, yet they pay high maintenance on the legacy hardware, right? And they operate to move to cloud to cut costs. But it's important that, like Cloud PBX has an entire system that you do not have to worry about your equipment on the premises, right? So
Okay.
that's like the main advantage of having everything on the cloud, so that you don't have you save costs on your uh, monthly recurring expenses and of course maintenance. And if there's a problem, a solution can be fixed on the cloud. It's not something that you have to wait for days for an engineer to show up and fix a solution. So time and money is like the significant saver in the hospitality industry for if they adapt Cloud PBX. And apart from that, also the healthcare industry is also surging, driven by compliance. They need systems that can handle high call volumes and protect patient data, especially in countries like the US, with HIPAA regulations have to be strictly guided, have to be followed in order to maintain patient the word escapes me, confidentiality. These industries are ready because their pain is operational, but just not technical,
Right.
right? So Cloud PBX is a significant advantage within these two zones, you can say.
Mhm. Just, again, some example. Critical operational or business challenges in these verticals you mentioned that Cloud PBX can solve and traditional voice services cannot. Just, practical.
The biggest advantage is because you do not have to worry about owning the infrastructure, owning the latest infrastructure, making sure everything is running day to day. If you own a hotel, it's not your responsibility. Your job is to make sure your hotel is running smoothly, right?
Which
You're not supposed to be worried about that. Hey, is my phone lines working? Am I getting calls? My are people calling me? Are my agents picking up the calls? Is my sales department
that's pretty
responsive?
clear.
How many calls? So all these technical back end issues that the hotel staff should not be worried about, that is automatically taken through by using a cloud service provider, a cloud service, cloud PBX provider, to be more exact.
And you can also like have options like in hospitality, phone systems can integrate to proper management system like billing. And
Oui.
this just cannot happen with traditional phone systems, right? So that is a big plus of like maximizing your old cell telephones and make them more to serve you and
Oui.
without having to rely on external technical support. And
Mm.
and so yes, makes things easier.
Anna, and why and operators jumping, you know, on these verticals we talked about? What refrain every operator to go to, hospitality and this sectors, retail, healthcare?
Yeah, it is basically what we were talking. Like it's really a mindset issue, and it's also a like sales training or lack of self training. Like most operators, sales teams are trained to sell SIM cards and bandwidth, so they don't know how to walk into a law firm, for example, a hotel, and talk about client confidentiality. They know how to talk into like other things, but like buy my these minutes, cheap cell calls instead of talking like, let's talk about wake up call automation. So it's just about the training really, and that's one of the benefits of many firms, including ours. We do provide the sales training, and only the sales training, because we are the experts on Cloud PBX. So we create the platform for them. So we provide the sales training for telecom operators, and we also provide the marketing material. So we really reduce the time in that, we cut the gap in that lack of information or knowledge. So then basically what they need is just to switch, from being utility providers to solution consultants. And that's actually a big part of what we're trying to do. And yeah, so we're hoping that these verticals, telcos will jump into it, and they don't have to worry about the sales teams, because we will, we got them.
So learning as a service, and of course, learning is paramount
Of
in
course.
this.
Yes,
Guys,
definitely. It's a new industry. It's not easy to crack into it if you've been doing the same thing for many years. To start selling something new, it's also about confidence. Like, yes, you feel more comfortable selling what you know. So it's definitely new, but the sooner you get into it, you will become the king. Once everybody's trying to join, so you will be on the hype of the game.
It's all about management change at the end of the day, isn't it?
Of course, you have management plays a role, but of course, taking risks, high the risk, high the reward.
True.
Right. I'd like another example. I love examples. Right.
Mhm.
So the hospitality one was very clear. What's a concrete example where a telco successfully transitions from selling lines to offering full business solutions? What worked? What didn't work? To have something in mind.
Uh, Sorry, what worked, what didn't work?
Yeah.
Uh,
Just an example. I mean, one that worked, or even one that didn't
of
work.
course, okay. From a business perspective, the easiest example that our sales department loves to give is if you own a pizza shop. Let's say you're a person who's running a pizza shop. It's important for you to manage how many uh, calls you're getting in per day. And now, if you're busy with just a traditional phone line, you cannot know for sure how many calls are you getting in a day. Or you would have to keep track manually that, okay, I'm getting like 50 calls, 100 calls a day. And of course, how many calls are being missed? How many calls are being dropped? How many calls are taking too long to be on the line? So all these details now, this is just may seem irrelevant to maybe an average pizza shop, but if you own, let's say, supposedly a chain of stores, now it's an entire business. You own, and you need to make sure everything is up and running, everything is smooth. So in order to get that technical information that everything is in your business is working perfectly fine, you need a program that allows you to visualize all this data, and in real time, preferably. A cloud PBX solution will allow you to do that, because it's not only voice over IP service, it's also a unified communication. So you're able to see through a program that is available not only on your phone, it's available on your computer, on whatever device you want to use, and you can visualize and see firsthand, like, okay, these are the number of people that are working that are picking up the calls. This is how many people are waiting on for an answer, for the line to be picked up. This is how many people that drop the line after waiting for, let's say, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, all this, etc. So all this technical information allows you to understand and identify the weak points in your business, especially if your business depends on these calls. So it plays a vital role that, if your bread and butter depends on getting calls and for clients to call in, and you're not able to entertain all of these all these clients, then of course, this through a tool of Cloud PBX, you're able to identify all these problems, and you can make decisions to whether hire more staff or fire the current staff if there are causing issues. Of
Even
course,
buying more flour, if you
uh,
see that customers. Yeah, it's
maybe you
essential
need
for
to
business class. That's the whatever you want
with
to
with AI integration
go front.
in softwares, you can even identify, okay, I own a pizza store. This is the most common a pizza that's been ordered by my client. So did they love it? Okay, I need to order. Okay, make sure I always have this product in stock, pepperoni or cheese, or this certain ingredients need to be in stock. So you're able to identify what your client wants, and what are the weaknesses in your business. So
Sure.
Cloud PBX isn't just a solution that provides you that, okay, I can make calls through an application, or I'm able to just don't have to worry about infrastructure, but it provides businesses that vital, you can say, view of how their business is operating through these calls.
Let's take a look at white label economics and strategic implications. From a profit and speed to market perspective, how does a white label partnership outperform building in-house? Are margins really that different?
Yes, actually it is. And just on the previous question, it's with how technology and social media is like now is right now, how big is customer service? Everybody wants to get the whatever they want to buy quick and without any issues, without any nuances. So that is also very important. One of the main reasons why Cloud PBX is the next thing. So in terms of building or having white label partnerships, definitely it's very, very important. It's really like white and black. Operators can build whether in house or in the cloud. It really depends on how fast you want to deploy the system or how fast you want to jump into the market.
Mm.
We believe that it's better to do it on cloud because building in-house can take up to 2 to 3 years, and that includes also your R&D, and it's a lot of money, a lot of millions in CapEx.
You
And
can do
before
it.
you're,
It
yeah,
takes
before
efforts.
before you're even ready to launch. And once you launch and you are ready, the R&D is already too old. You are outdated already. You see, it's crazy how technology is going so fast. So on the cloud, it's quite different because in white label platforms like ours, for example, PBX, it's already created. It's always focused on improvement, product development. So the teams are focused on that. That's also something because if you create your own, you have to have your technical people all the time creating updates, working on whatever issue they have because, it's tech. There was always going to be some sort of bug.
Cool.
So that's why we think it's better to go for white label because then you have a dedicated team for it. So you don't have to worry about it and
Oh,
you have zero capex. For example, in models like our business model, which is a share revenue. So in share revenue, you don't have to invest up from anything. So you just have to basically agree on pricing, agree on all the technicalities, get the training, get the materials, and then you just operate on OpEx. Basically, like you just pay for the usage, you just pay for the people who are going to put the ads and things like that for your own team, like you normally will do. And once you generate revenue, then you will share this revenue. So that is also quite nice because then you know that the company is aligned with you in terms of caring for you to generate revenue. Because if you don't, Digital Tie won't as well. So it
true.
is important for us that our clients win, and
Right.
that
And
is what like speeds the margin for sure.
sure. And one question, which is natural, I think. White label solutions in terms of opportunities for small companies to
Mhm.
challenge the giants, because the bottom are the big tech here. Roman, what you think?
Yeah. It is concerning that there's competition, of course, for these small businesses or small to go against these giants like Microsoft or Zoom. But it gives them the what we would say feature parity, that they are able to compete with the same features that these big competitors are providing, without having to dedicate their resources in focusing on innovating for those features. So because it's a white label solution, let's say again, best example is our own solution from Digital Tie, that we are able to provide the exact same features of these big competitors without having telecom operators spending their time and resources on innovating their own solution.
Mhm.
So they are able to compete with these big giants. Uh, but The local support, of course, is available as compared to like global giants are not able to give global local support. That's where providers like us, we are able to provide the local support. A business owner cannot call Zoom and get a technician to come to their office to fix an issue. They would have to call their local operator, which is would be handling the services through us. So we are more responsive in that sense that as compared to Zoom or Microsoft, we're able to rectify issues a lot faster than they would be.
On the other hand, if operators, run and fully embrace cloud PBX and UCS, what would be the biggest market disruption? I mean, could be a problem, isn't it? What do you think, Anna?
Um, y-
Too
I
many
mean,
too many clients getting there, to the cloud PBX. That would be
mhm. Yes,
Right.
of course, it's always a challenge if you have everybody doing cloud PBX, right? So the difference will reside on who offers the best quality of service, who offers the most updates, who offers the best and most integrations or useful integrations. So it will depend on basically on the product itself. So there is a valid fear in terms of if they resell the branded solutions or not. But if you sell Teams, for example, via Telcox, whatever company, you're just a billing agent. So it's not really your income directly. So that's why white label is strategic. Because if you already have clients, yeah, right. So why not just create the Club PBX with your own brand and add those clients that already trust you into generating more profit from that, and bring not only the profit but giving them who already trust you, giving them more value for the money. So we got an example here. For example, we had a case study in a company called KSL in Kazakhstan. So there, when they joined the market, when they were in the market, they were not the first ones to jump into the craze of cloud PBX, right? They were not the first one, definitely. So this is the fear, right? What if I jump when maybe the market is already saturated, right? So maybe it's already too late. Then you have to pick, as Roman was saying, like someone who will provide local support 24/7, that that the client is not going to wait for weeks. And I don't know if it happened to you, but it happens to me that I call to Zoom, like what's happening? It doesn't work, and I will have to wait for a week to get some answers. And sometimes it's not even a satisfactory answer. I have to ask again the same question to their AI robot, right? So KSL actually, after launching white label Club PBX, launching Club PBX through us, through Digital Tag, they really beat the competitors because of the value of local support, the value of having a dedicated team working always and updating the software, and they became number one in the market. And they're still number one after many years, actually. So they have 42% of the market share. So that is very it's crazy, really, for someone who is jumping after the competition.
Mhm.
It is an excellent example of how you shouldn't be afraid of jumping on the trend. And actually you can see it as in all right, we have people doing this job. Let's see what they are not doing right. Let's see what problems do they have, so I can launch already knowing the answer to those problems. So I will tackle the clients who are struggling with this type of issues. So yes, so by 2023, KSL captures 27% of the entire cloud PBX market, which is big, and 42 in total overall as telecom operator. So yeah.
Last question to both of you, Anna and Roman. I'd like to have a short answer by Anna, answered by Roman. If you were in the boardroom of a mid-size operator today, what bold move would you recommend that could change the trajectory of the business? Anna
Mm,
or Roman is the same. Whatever. Both of
I
yours.
I would say that they should stop building. Stop pouring money into legacy solutions and switches. Partner with a white label provider immediately. Pick two verticals, uh, be it hospitality or retail, and launch a dedicated sales campaign in within 90 days. So they can launch a campaign. Pivot from selling connectivity to selling ecosystems. Do not, and what I mean by ecosystems is when you provide a solution, you can pair it up with other solutions as well. Like, okay, we're providing you a cloud PBX, we're selling a cloud PBX service to the market. We're going to combine it with other tools such as accounting tools, CRM tools, HR tools, like a one flat solution for businesses that, okay, you're a new business, an SME. Here, this is all you need to get started. You, plus your internet connection and data plan or whatever, however you want to package it. But just focus on the marketing aspect, capturing an audience, making your existing clients stickier through these deals instead of researching and innovating on something or a solution that you could use that money elsewhere on improving your connectivity services, increasing your towers, or maintenance of your existing infrastructure. But do not focus all your time on research and developing on a solution that might be obsolete by the time it comes to launch. Use
And
already a pre-existing solution that is proven and tested in the market.
I would like to add, if it's okay, on top of that, focus on share revenue, because then you reduce really all your risks. You don't have to worry whether the tool works or not, whether you had the welcoming that you were expecting. Find a partner that works with share revenue, like us, for example, and because then you are guaranteed that they will care for your growth, because the incentives and the results and the gaining of both companies will be aligned. So not just look for the product or for the software itself, look for building partnerships.
Ana Gonzalez, Roman Zahidi, Digital Tide, a member of MEF, the Mobile Ecosystem Forums. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your insights. I think they are precious for our industry.
Right. Thank you for having us. It was great.
Speak soon, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have
for
a
your
nice
time.
day. Bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
The takeaway, today's discussion makes one thing clear. Cloud PBX and UCS are no longer edge innovations. They are central to how value is being created in the telecom market. The operators that succeed wouldn't be the ones defending legacy voice revenues, but those willing to rethink their role, moving from connectivity providers to solution partners, especially within high-value verticals. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to Perspectives in Mobile. Join us next as we explore telecoms, technology, and mobile innovations. Stay tuned, stay connected, and let's unlock the mobile potential together.